you.
We've had some issues about, we've talked about what negligent or careless lawsuits are about.
Yes.
Now let's talk about what intentional acts are and how people are liable for that. And I've got a video that I want to run on intentional acts. So if you guys in the booth can run this video now, and you in the audience take a look, and I'll show you what an intentional act is. Somebody standing in their kitchen, turning around, and standing around there and talking. Let's show that one more time. Standing around. Boom.
Wow.
Okay. So that was somebody standing in their, quote, kitchen, and one of their friends took a big beach ball and threw it at him. Now,
Is that what happened?
yeah, that's what happened.
Okay.
Now, you couldn't tell that from the video?
I saw the beach ball. I didn't see the person
Well.
throwing it.
I watched the whole thing.
Oh, good.
So that's an intentional act. So if I grabbed Ralph by his scruffy neck
And the next thing
and
that happens,
threw
Ralph,
a beach ball at
the
him,
next thing that happens is,
that's, I'd probably get my butt kicked. But
other than that,
that's an intentional act. And for an intentional act, you're liable. You don't have to be careless. You know, you do something intentional, you're liable not only criminally, I could be prosecuted for that,
that's a battery,
which would mean it would be a crime.
right?
But he could also sue me for the intentional act of assault, battery.
Anything special about that as far as damages are
Yeah,
concerned?
you get not only pain and suffering and emotional distress and money to pay for his cosmetic surgery, but you get
Don't forget all the time I'm off the TV show. I get compensated for that.
but you get money to prohibit me from doing it again, and that's called punitive damages, and it's based on my wealth.
Uh-huh.
So you wouldn't get much from me, but you know, you see some of these other people with lots of money that are beating people up at the scene of an accident or going to a bar, have too much to drink and belt somebody, and they turn out to be some celebrity. The potentiality for huge.
So you're saying that punitive damage is attached to cases where the act is intentional as
Right.
opposed to accidental.
Right. So if they're negligent or accidental, there's no punitive damages there. Okay. So now.
Interesting. Hey,
remember
by the way, you've got insurance. I sue you. You've got insurance. How about, does insurance cover the punitive damages?
No, intentional acts are not covered. So nothing would be
By
covered.
state law.
Nothing would be covered. So the punitive damages wouldn't be covered, and your pain and suffering wouldn't be covered, your medical expenses wouldn't be covered. But if I had my own assets and I was a rich little West Sider like some people I know, then you would be responsible to pay it out of your own pocket. So that's what an intentional act is, and if you ever want to visualize it again, it's somebody getting hit with a beach ball.
Or something else. Could be anything.
That's right. Or if I took this water here on this show, which I might do.
Don't do it
and
because
threw
we're all
it-
wired. We don't want to be
Threw
electrocuted.
it at him and he got electrocuted, that would be an intentional act.
That's right.
And I could be liable. It might be worth the
And
charge.
your defense would be, I didn't know that he'd be electrocuted, and I would say, through my lawyer or my estate would, doesn't matter. You don't have to know everything that's going to happen.
And I'd get a big charge out of it. You know?